Hey y'all, it's me, your favorite Pokemon game show host, back with another final game show. The best? Probably not. Welcome our new cast of lucky contestants. Captain Kid, welcome back. Pixie, you're here for the first time. Are you excited?
I'm very excited. I'm a Pokemon knowledge master. I know everything and anything.
We will put that to the absolute test.
What's Ravska's speed stat?
Next person, next contestant.
All right, Jacob, welcome back again.
Hi, my name's Jacob, and Ravska's speed stat is 45.
Oh, we've got some tough competition. And then Cade, my favorite little contestant, who's apparently been in every single one.
What can I say? I just love Pokemon. Thanks for having me.
When I think of WEEGEE the God, I think of Pokemon. It just makes sense.
Exactly.
I think about your PNG not fitting my entire webcam.
Feel free to squash and stretch as needed.
Whoa. It feels so much better now.
All right, we're on to the first question, though. What Pokemon is a bitch? What is your interpretation of bitch? I don't know.
What kind of questions are these?
This is not a trivia show, just so you know.
It's all based on logic and facts, Pixie. I will say that.
Yeah, I'm locking in Serena as that bitch. What I'm gonna
do. Wait, that's a good one.
That was a good answer.
Thank you, Braden.
And I found a great answer. Get the bleep button ready because I have the bitch, Regirock.
Oh
Reggie,
my god.
Oh shit.
No, Regirock with handbag, you're right.
I took the question in a little bit of a different direction, and my answer is Ultra Necrozma. Because that Pokemon is a son of a bitch to deal with, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, base stats of 754.
They call him the Nuzlocke killer.
It's such a silly answer, but I immediately, with like thinking of you, Jaiden, I thought of Frostlass and like the one video you did with your nose. I don't know. That's like a bitchy Pokemon.
I would definitely define Frostlass as a bitch, and I've said it before, and I'll say it in the future until I die. These are all incredible answers. I like every single one, but I do like Braden your interpretation of
it's hard to beat Regirock.
Yeah, I think as soon as he said it, I was like, that's the winner.
I thought about playing to my audience. I almost said Charizard for you, Jaiden. I don't know if that is
true. You can cater to me. I will show bias and favoritism. What Pokemon mansplains the most?
This is a great follow-up question, honestly.
I'm just locking in quick. Everyone else can take their time. Just off vibes alone, I'm gonna lock in Diggersby.
You've been on your Diggersby hater arc lately.
I just don't think he looks like a very kind man.
I don't expect kind things out of his mouth.
I don't know. As soon as you said mansplain, I just thought of like Machamp, like a man's man, like a Giga Chad with the 4 arms. I don't know.
I can definitely see like Machamp in the gym. He's got like 2 sets of arms, so he mansplains like 2 different types of exercises.
I'm gonna have to lock in Rotom because he never ever shuts up with his very annoying obvious advice to me while playing a Pokemon game.
Oh my god. He actually, that is like canon that he does mansplain.
He mansplains everything. I know how to throw a Pokeball for the 1000th time. Leave me alone.
All right, well, here's where all of your answers falter. None of those Pokemon are 100% male. So how can they mansplain something when there can be females amongst them? That is why I'm going with Sock as the #1 mansplainer. Bro is 100% male. He's at the gym. He's coming over. He's correcting your form. He doesn't give a shit. He is going to tell you that what you're doing is wrong, even if you're doing it right. Like, bro is ready to come up and mansplain.
So it really, truly is all Sock.
It's all Sock. Yeah, there's no good Sock.
My gosh.
You're locked in today.
I'm locked in. I'm coming out swinging.
How do I compete with this?
Braden, as much as I like your answer and your reasoning, I do have to go with Cade. I think the fact that Rotom canonically does mansplain, it just is too good for me.
That's true. Chatot was my first answer, but Rotom is just a better, like an elevated version of that. So good answer, Cade.
What Pokemon gets picked last for Dodgeball? Oh.
Oh, I'm between 2 answers. I'm gonna lock in Quaxwell based on name alone. Nobody named Quaxwell is getting picked any earlier than last for Dodgeball.
You have to prove yourself to the student body if your name is Quagswell.
I feel like Quaxwell might be a little swift. Like he's kind of like outwardly appears to be not.
No,
that
I don't
good
think
at
he'd be the
Dodgeball,
worst, but that's also not the question.
Cade, did you have one?
Yes. And you can take one or the other because the answer is Voltorb or Electro. Because how are you going to play Dodgeball if you're just a ball?
Bro, that's like one of the fastest Pokemon in existence. Bro is never getting hit with a ball.
Okay. Well, try throwing the ball, Electrode. He can't catch it. He can't throw it. He's losing.
All right, so you might have picked up on my logic here with me berating everybody else's answers. But I looked for the slowest possible Pokemon. And who better than Puku Muku? A base speed stat of 5. Bro is not moving anywhere. In fact, part of his design is that he is supposed to get hit with things so that he can bounce them back. And that is the worst possible attribute to have in the game of Dodgeball, where you're trying not to get hit. So that is why Puku Muku would always get picked last for Dodgeball.
Oh, and the little spikes would just like burst all the balls too.
Yeah, maybe he's so bad for the question, I don't even think he would get picked. He wouldn't even get picked last.
Oh, odd number, Pukumuku on the bleachers.
I thought of the floppy little Stunfisk. He don't got no arms.
Oh.
He's just flailing on the ground and nobody likes him. I've never seen a Stunfisk fan in existence yet.
Being picked for Dodgeball is a vibe check more than athletics check.
For sure.
I agree.
Oh, this one's hard. Just based on vibes, I'll give it to Pixie. I think people are going to isolate Stunfisk and think he's a little dweeb, and I think that is the main thing that people take into consideration when picking Dodgeball teams.
Yeah, it's a matter of aura.
Yeah.
I agree.
The whistle blows and everyone throws the ball at Stunfisk anyway.
Get him out of here. Oh.
Damn.
What Pokemon posts to r/am I the asshole?
Oh, boy.
I'm just going to lock in right off the bat. It's Mewtwo. Mewtwo has been through so much shit in his life, but is it not justified? Does he not have a point? I think the good people of Reddit.com would shower him with karma because they would agree with him and his perspective.
He's definitely got the mindset to be like open to hearing if he's wrong, but wants to like justify everything he's done as well.
Yeah, and Mewtwo's really smart. Redditors are really smart. It just makes sense.
I thought of Absol. Like being like the forewarner of disasters, but often he got blamed.
Yeah,
like just trying to be a good guy, and he.
Am I the asshole for causing this tsunami in Japan?
Yeah. Am I the asshole for going to the grocery store and then an earthquake happens?
Yeah.
Oops! Accidentally told like 4,000 people they were gonna die.
Imagine a post of saying, "Am I the asshole?" when I throw a giant rock in the air and a Corviknight happens to get hit by it, and the whole species blames me. Is Tinkaton the asshole? Who knows? The Corviknight just happened to be there.
I just happen to be throwing rocks in the sky.
Mine, I think, is a real asshole. I'm talking about Poison Heal Gliscor. Bro ruins the fun. He ruins the competitive integrity of the game. And then he's like, wait, but Breloom's doing the same thing and people love him. So it's like, where's this coming from? Why do people hate me but not that guy?
I like that you took it in a very, very like competitive actual tournament legal set. I have to give it to Jacob because I think Tinkaton has the attitude of someone who would post to "Am I the asshole?"
Yeah.
You would just think that they're justified for being an asshole.
Or they're like posting just to prove a point.
I think it has to feel like someone who would actually post on Reddit, and Tinkaton feels like the most Reddit Pokemon of the 4 that we listed.
A little shit. And the final of this section. What Pokemon makes fan edits of Gojo X Geto?
Ooh.
Quaxwell.
Very specific shit.
It's such silly logic, but I'm gonna go with the one Pokemon who can paint with his tail. Smeargle's gonna wait. Is it painting art or is it like writing fan fiction?
That's honestly insane.
Fan edit.
It's fan edits. You know, like fan cams when you show like the profile picture and then hearts go and it goes boom, 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 and it just does all these flips and.
I was gonna lock in. I was looking up female-only Pokemon because let's be real.
Yeah.
And just like, who would be this into Doomed Yowie? And then my brain went into a different direction. I was gonna lock in Gothitelle, but she felt too composed to be so mentally damaged by a Yowie ship. So I'm locking in Gothorita.
Oh, the
I think she just
that was my answer.
That
Oh,
I'm
said it
sorry.
first.
Yeah. She locks it
Kate.
in, and also I found out her species name is the Manipulate Pokemon. So that's funny for the future.
Damn.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, Cade.
Great minds think alike.
So yeah, I was thinking like more female-esque Pokemon, but then I went with male Salandit. Maybe a little bit of like gender dysphoria, so maybe he is a female and he just doesn't know it yet, and so he would make fan edits of Gojo X Ghetto, and that's like his awakening moment.
Your answer is
Or her,
trans
excuse me.
Salandit.
Are you saying?
Yeah, I'm saying
what are you
it's
saying?
trans male
Raiden?
Salandit. Maybe
Wait,
cut
can
that
I
out. I don't know if this one works.
Well, now it's funnier to keep in.
Can I change my answer? I locked eyes on this guy and I knew immediately Drizzile. Just with
Drizzile.
his haircut that he's got in that eye. He just looks like the type of person to do a fan
He
edit.
definitely consumes a lot of manga and media.
I feel like he calls it manga.
Manga. I've been watching
your favorite
manga.
manga, guys?
My favorite's Jujutsu Kaisen.
Kaisen.
No, he calls it by its English name.
He calls it Magical Battle.
Oh, I totally forgot that's what it's called because it's such a bad title.
I think Alcremie strikes me as the type of Pokemon that could be into Doomed Yowie. In the
I
way
do
that
see
like
it.
Gothorita is kind of like the edgy version of the Yowie fan, Alcremie's like the sweeter, softer version of the Yowie fan. I feel like there's that dichotomy there. And I think Alcremie falls into that.
Great answer.
This was very far out of my wheelhouse, and you can tell based on how bad my answer was compared to everybody else.
I think I liked that one. It caught me off guard. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I like the Alcremie because it just makes me think of like the stereotype that the Sanrio girlies are evil.
That's what I was
Yes.
thinking. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, I will have to give this one to Cade. The little girlie.
Wow.
She definitely has like keychains on her bags and everything.
Yes.
All right, we're moving into the next section, but it's not going to be evident what section this is yet because we've got a warm up.
Uh-oh.
What Pokemon has committed a crime? I want to know what Pokemon committed a crime and what it was.
I got my answer. I'm ready.
I have an answer too.
I'm going to go ahead and lock in with the obvious. It's Crocodile.
What?
Yeah, it's in the name.
That's
He's a crook.
profiling, asshole.
It's his name.
What if my name was Rob?
Well, then I think the story would write itself. But I mean, look at him. He's big. He's burly. He has like a burglar mask on. This dude definitely
This is
did some like
profiling 101.
aggravated
I'm
assault
looking up
or,
his
like
I'm looking up
robbery
his
with a deadly
Pokédex
weapon.
entries right now, and if it doesn't say anything about him being a crook, you look like an asshole, buddy.
I will be canceled, but I'm willing to take that risk.
So this is like pulling from my Pokemon D&D campaigns. He's appeared twice in them, but Shiinotic, just with that blank stare and smiling
freak.
face, he just stalks and follows the main party. He's done it in 2 different campaigns with 2 different groups. He's just breathing heavily and like following them at a very uncomfortable distance and just staring and watching. And
They were trying to make like a little happy fairy mushroom, but he is a little freak. That's an okay profiling, Cade. Take notes.
Look, if I can back up my answer, I'm looking at the Pokédex entries right this very moment. Very violent Pokemon. They try to clamp down on anything that moves in front of their eyes.
That's just crocodiles.
They hunt from 30 meters away in a sandstorm. They can see everything.
That's
just
just
instincts.
wildlife.
They're casing
We're
the
moving
joint.
on. We're moving on.
I would pick a less suspecting Pokemon to be on trial, and I'm going to lock in Butterfree for its various spores. I'm sure that if willing, they could commit a collection of crime if they so choose to.
Some substance abuses.
Yes. Or I was going like a chloroform route, but yeah, that works.
Oh, true.
Wow,
I see
the
that.
insidious Butterfree.
I mean, what is sleep powder if you think about it?
I do. My answer, we're not going to move too far along in the Pokedex, actually, for my answer. Because my answer is Wartortle, and his crime is terrorism. If you've ever played Pokemon Unite, you're 7 minutes in, your teammates so terrorizing your team.
Terrorism.
Like
You're 7
Elo
minutes into
terrorism?
the game, somehow Wartortle is still waddling around. Bro's literally doing nothing. These terrorists on my team sabotaging my games. It's Wartortle.
All right, to summarize, Brayden, you're saying Wartortle for terrorism.
Yes, correct.
Pixie, you've said Shiinotic
for stalking.
stalkerish tendencies. Jacob, you've said Butterfree for
Possession of
roof-
illegal substances.
Exactly. And Cade, you said Crocodile because he looks evil.
Because he is evil.
There's actually, I'm not picking an answer right now because you guys all have just become defense lawyers for this Pokemon.
Oh,
How do
no.
you defend them in court?
Your Honor, my Pokemon is clearly being profiled.
I think for Shiinotic, I can just argue he's harmless. He's just a friend. He just wants to be around people. He's been a lonely little mushroom guy. He doesn't quite know social cues. He doesn't know how to like approach people normally and say hi. He just does it in his own special Shiinotic way. So let's just cut him a little bit of slack and have some empathy and understanding and compassion.
That's an Am I
for
the
this
Asshole
guy.
post.
That is. Am I the asshole for just wanting friends? They're calling me a stalker over here.
Your Honor, sabotaging a 10-minute online game of Pokemon Unite is not actually an act of terrorism, so therefore my Pokemon is totally safe. Wartortle.
Your Honor, I would like to plead that at the date of this crime, my client was still a Metapod.
Oh.
They couldn't have possibly
He was just
been
getting
at the scene
hard.
of the crime.
Do we have a witness to confirm this alibi?
No.
Bugcatcher
makes it a
Benjamin's
little
not
harder
coming to the
defend
stand.
in court.
Can we call
Okay, well, no
Bugcatcher
one else
Benjamin to
asked if
stand?
they had a witness. Maybe the Wartortle is a terrorist. I don't know.
As ironic as it is, I feel like Cade is the only one that came with an actual defense. The
Thank you,
others
Your
are
Honor.
hypothetical. However,
I don't think
Cade,
mine's hypothetical.
as shitty as you were the first round, you really brought it back the second round.
Thank you.
You gave him
thank
the
you.
answer.
Yeah, it's almost like Cade knew there was something.
Well,
You
it
gave
was
a point to
it was
yourself.
obvious, you know. It was unfair. It was unjust of me to say so in the first place, and I internalized and I reflected and I came back with my answer.
Yeah, well, my racist lawyer makes a great point.
So that was a warm up into this next section where I'm going to be giving you guys specific Pokemon and specific crimes they've committed, and I need you to defend them. All right? Your first job, all of you did great. But Parasect is charged with possession and distribution of illegal substances. How do you defend him?
He was a Paris back then.
Your Honor, I would like to make my defense. Parasect is literally dead.
That was gonna be mine.
Therefore, we cannot charge him with
Ooh.
any crimes.
I think we could charge the Parasite or like the Parasite with a crime.
Your Honor, if I puppet around a corpse and I grab a little baggie of weed with his hands, like, and hand it to somebody else, that's not him committing that crime. That's actually me committing that crime using his body. In fact, I should receive more punishment for doing that to this poor man's corpse.
Your Honor, I would like to point out that one of Parasect's abilities is called Affect Spore. So, any little jostle, any physical touch to the Pokemon sometimes causes, a poison powder or like a sleep spore or a paralyzing spore can fall off of him. He can't help that. It's not up to him. It's just the way that he was made. So how can we charge him for that? How can
So
we
where does
fault him
weed
for it?
come into that?
Whenever he's touched, he just spits out weed.
So he's got a lot of it. Your Honor, I got nothing. This motherfucker's guilty as hell. Lock him up. I never want to see him in my Nuzlocke again. Get him out of here. Send him home.
There was an answer that I would have taken immediately, and that was to plead insanity. It's hard. I think the closest answer was Cade's, that he is technically dead, and you have the wrong man.
He's not in control of his actions.
All right, next one. Annihilate is charged with motor vehicle theft.
Your Honor, he's a monkey. He can't drive. He would never know how to operate a vehicle. That it just would never get to that point.
There's security footage of him in the car.
It's a ghost. You can't see him. He doesn't show up on the footage.
Your Honor, he was selling the points, or he was selling the points. He was selling the car parts to pay for his sick child, Mankey. You know, he needed money.
So
this is not a sympathetic Pokemon. I'll tell
he
you
has,
that much.
he confirmed has done the crime.
It was for a good reason.
Yeah, you also just admitted it.
The gavel hits.
This is why I'm not a lawyer.
Dog, this is my lawyer. My ass is going to jail.
This is why I'm not a lawyer. This is why I don't play.
Your Honor, he did do it, but he's really sorry.
Your Honor, considering the security camera footage that we have available to the court at this time, are we positive that that is my client and not a Primeape instead? I can't quite make it out with the level of quality. Who's to say that that's truly my client?
I respect the just straight up, nope, didn't do it.
Yes, my client has been known to be a bit rough around the edges, but never has he been known to be a thief. I think that this Pokemon is rude, a bit of an asshole, so to speak, a certifiable hater. But there is no evidence submitted to the courts that would supply that Annihilate would commit theft. My defense, Your Honor, is nuh-uh.
Annihilate can actually learn Thief by TM, therefore it can steal. Checkmate.
What's up with this shit, Brayden? Every time I pitch anything, you have to play on the prosecutor?
I have 1 point. I'm in last place. I gotta try to do something. I fucking
then
suck
target Cade.
I'm trying to take down everybody's answer. I called Vulpixie a shitty lawyer.
Hey, he was just trying to help a sick child.
Down.
Order in my court. Order in my court. None of these would have flown in court. I think all of them, they would.
Yeah, because he clearly did it.
Well, that's the part of the defense. Okay. I think, so since none of you convinced me, I have to go based on professionality, and I think, Jacob, your speech, I think it landed. I like
that's how the courts work.
Look, you came in with a
Jaiden
suit and tie, and you looked the part. I think that counts for something.
Can we get a retrial? I don't know if this is
No, we're moving on. Pikachu is charged with murder.
He did it. He's guilty. I'm sorry.
Your Honor, he's actually charged with electricity. No, but seriously though, he didn't do it.
Pikachu can't actually learn Charge Cane. Nah, that wouldn't work.
Brayden,
Oh my
I need
God.
you to be quiet.
This guy.
now.
This guy.
This dude. You know, this Pikachu clearly is committing the stabby stab murder, you know, and then shocking them for good measure. But as
We
you
might
see,
be the worst lawyers of all time. This is
but you'll
genuinely
see
pathetic.
the Pikachu sitting here is of a normal color palette. The one in the video is a shiny.
If we could make up evidence, this becomes a lot easier.
Your Honor, this video is clearly AI generated. This video was clearly constructed by Big Digimon. Big Digimon is still trying to take down our boy Pikachu, and they used AI tools to create a falsified video of Pikachu committing murder. This actually never happened.
Your Honor, this isn't just any Pikachu. It's a specialized Pikachu who sticks around with a partner. So I don't think Pikachu would have had any time to commit murder when stuck alongside the 10-year-old of Red or something like that. I don't think there would have been time. I mean, if you're going to try the Pikachu, try the child too. Let's see how that one goes.
It was a double operation, maybe.
No, it wasn't. That's my point.
Oh.
He was a
You're
bystander.
putting words into my mouth.
My best defense would have to be that poor little Pikachu could never kill anybody. He could zap them in a very comedic fashion and make them turn all like smoky, but he would never kill. He has never been known to kill. It doesn't fit his MO.
Cade's right. Pikachu sucks so much.
This Pikachu is clearly not holding a light orb, so it does no damage.
You know, no one gets a point. I'm not convinced.
What?
We're moving on.
Then what was the point?
Your Honor, we're doing our best.
We're on to the next section. So the way this one is gonna work is I'm going to give you a fact about a Pokemon, and they're going to get more and more specific If you can get it on the first guess, that's 5 points, and then the second guess is 4 points. 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
The first hint for this one: this Pokemon is a flying type. Pretty simple,
Right.
pretty broad.
Okay.
I'd be surprised if any of you guys
No,
got it.
I got it.
I
I
know.
I know.
I'm locking in Dodrio.
Okay, so Brayden has punched in Rayquaza. Pixie
I'm right,
has punched in Pidgeot. Cade, Charizard, and Jacob, Dodrio. We are going to be moving on to the next question. No one has gotten it right. This Pokemon is an evolution. So we have the answers that everyone said: Gyarados, Staraptor, Unfezant, and Corusquire. Unfortunately, again, no one has gotten it right yet, which is not surprising. This Pokemon's attack stat is 125.
Oh
What
God,
the-
I don't know.
If you know your flying type stats, this one eliminates a
peasy.
lot of them.
Wait, can we quickly run through all the answers that have been guessed again one more time, please?
No. The submitted answers are Ledian and Archeops. Brayden and Jacob have gotten the Pokemon, so you guys each
Yeah,
get
that
3
makes
points.
sense.
High five.
125 attack. That's a lot.
We're moving
That is a
on.
lot of
Hopefully
attack.
this one will start narrowing it down.
Yeah.
This Pokemon was introduced in Gen 4.
I think I know.
The 2 answers submitted are Staravia and Braviary. Unfortunately, neither are correct. We're going to the final...
The most powerful middle stage evolution of all time, Staravia.
This Pokemon wears a
Oh.
hat made of feathers.
Oh,
I'm faster.
I got it.
All right,
Who did it first?
everyone has guessed the Pokemon. It was Honchkrow.
Honchkrow.
What a guy.
Yes.
I love Honchkrow.
Narrowing it down immediately, this Pokemon is from Gen 1.
Well, back to Bulbapedia I go.
Guys, I'm locking in Charizard, just so you know.
We've got Vulpix, Charizard, and Tangela. None of these are correct. I can't believe you guys thought I would put Charizard in my game show. This Pokemon is purple.
Okay. There are a lot of purple Pokemon in...
Yeah, I thought it would be easy, and then I started thinking of them.
Question, is this Pokemon purple always? Like, has this Pokemon
Always?
always been purple?
I don't know what that means.
Like
Like
you know how
Haunter
Pokemon
wasn't
have like
purple.
changed colors throughout the year, kind of? There's like certain Pokemon. Like if you look at Gligar's Gen 4 sprite, bro looks like a shiny. And then
Yeah,
that's
he
just
does
like
look
what
like
a shiny
blue.
is. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure this Pokemon has always been known to be purple.
Okay.
All right, we've got Muck, Ditto, and Gengar. We are moving on to the next round.
Oh, man.
One of this Pokemon's abilities is Levitate.
Has the ability always been Levitate?
Who's to say?
I think that's an important question.
No, it's always been Levitate. There's been a Zubat and Haunter. Another person guessed in the evolution line. Pixie, you got it right.
I think I know it's one or the other.
This Pokemon sprite was originally incorrect.
Okay, I got it.
I lost the 50-50, man. This sucks.
All right, everyone's gotten it right now. It was coughing. The last one was this Pokemon expels poisonous gas. Coughing. This is the final one we're going to be doing in this section.
Ooh.
This Pokemon is or evolves from a starter Pokemon. So we're working with some starters here.
Charizard.
So we have Charizard, Blaziken, Florigato, and Incineroar. We're moving on to the next
A lot of fire
one.
type starters.
Lots of fire types. One of this Pokemon's level up moves is Slash.
All right, back to Bulbapedia. There,
I
honestly, a
fooled
lot
you.
of them do learn Slash, so that doesn't.
Yeah, I made sure
particularly
that this
narrow
one
it
wouldn't
down.
give the answer away.
Yeah, I'm just locking in a random one, and we'll see if it hits.
All right, we've got Charmeleon, Grovyle, Duat, and Croconaw. We are moving on again to the next one. This Pokemon is 195 pounds. No
A big ol'-
Bulbapedia for this one.
You underestimate how quick I am with the Bulbapedia knowledge.
Look, if you cheat on your test, I won't be able to know.
If I'm right, I'm tight because I was gonna guess this last round, and then Brayden was like, "There's a lot of Pokemon that learn Slash," so then I was like, "I'm gonna guess a later gen."
We've got Empoleon, Combustion. 2 people have gotten it right. Jacob and Brayden.
I'm pissed off.
All right. I feel like this could be a good one that you guys, a helpful one.
Okay.
In this Pokemon sprite, it's known for its giant ass.
That's the dead giveaway right there. That's the dead giveaway.
I knew it. I know this one.
What?
If only you knew, Pixie, how giant the ass is.
Not even a real WildCard fan. We talked about it in the Pokemon pinball video, and you didn't watch that? What the hell, Pixie?
Is
Come on.
it this guy? It can't,
Come
no, it
on.
can't be.
It's the back sprite. It's about the back sprite.
Yeah,
It is the back sprite.
that thing claps. That's all I'm saying.
One submitted answer was Swampert. Cade, you have gotten it.
Thanks.
What? Well, what is it?
Well, we've
Well,
got
that's not how
one
the
more.
game
Let's see if you
Well,
can guess.
that-
Let's see if you can get
We've
it.
got one more Pixie for you.
Oh my gosh.
This Pokemon's name was too long for the game it was introduced in.
What do you mean? What the?
Think about who has a big butt.
Pixie, it's blue. It's a blue
I
guy.
said Swampert!
She keeps guessing
okay,
blue
there
guys.
are more than one blue guys.
There's samurai. There's actually 9 blue guys.
Oh, I'm locking in that you guys said someone said Gen 3. So I was trying to
No.
lock that in.
Well,
We
Well,
said
I
it's a
think-
Pokemon who's in Gen 3, not a Gen 3's Pokemon.
so that narrows it down to there's 3 blue guys that are from Gen 3 that it could possibly be from, including their
Blastoise
evolutions.
doesn't really
Oh,
strike
So
me
is
as a
there's
it-
actually
flashy
still
guy.
9 of them. There's still 9
How
of
did
them to
I?
choose.
I love this guy. How did I not think of him? Is that
You've
right?
gotten it, Pixie.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm done. I can't believe it. It was like my favorite starter too. How did I not
Have
think
you
of that?
seen that back sprite?
How are you a
Pixie, please
Feraligatr
check the
fan and you
general
have
chat.
not seen
Let me
the big
see.
dumpy on Feraligatr?
Why did they draw him like that?
Editor, please show the dumpy on
I
Feraligatr.
forgot that he had the dumpy. Yeah.
No,
How
nobody
could
saw
you
that sprite.
forget?
Was like,
How could I forget my favorite starter? I'm a fake Pokemon fan.
We are now moving on to the final section, Pokemon Jeopardy. We're doing a whole new game show, folks.
are we banning Bulbapedia for Pokemon Jeopardy?
Yeah, no more open notes.
I will handshake.
Yeah, shake. Big Brayden.
Pixie,
Can-
you can start.
We can keep the
Please
list
choose
up,
a
right?
category. We've got
Okay.
Pokedex entries, Pokemon species, who's that Pokemon, unique types, and Hatsune Miku
Let's do unique types for 400.
for 400. All right. Everyone have their buzzers ready?
Ready?
Yes.
Goomba Flushed is locked
This
in.
Pokemon is a fighting fairy type. Brayden, you have gotten this one
What?
first.
Who is Iron Valiant?
No!
Okay,
The
well, I
answer-
want to say, per Jeopardy rules, you got to wait till the question's done.
Well,
Oh.
okay. To be fair, the only time I've ever played this game, it was literally just all 4 of us were just mashing the spacebar button trying to get it tabbed in as quickly as possible. So from now on, I will wait until the question is read.
Now, I guess, Brayden, you just go. You get to choose now.
Okay, I'll do unique types for 200.
Unique types for 200. This Pokemon is electric ghost type. Cade, you've buzzed in.
It's Rotom.
It is.
Who is
The
Rotom?
Who is Rotom? That is exactly what I was looking for.
Am I the only person who's watched Jeopardy here?
Look, the rules are very complicated.
All right, Cade,
All
what category do you want?
I am curious. Let's go for Hatsune Miku 200.
Hatsune Miku 200. Everyone ready?
Ready?
The partner Pokemon of Psychic Trainer Miku. No one? Oh, okay, Brayden.
Who is Chatot?
That is
That's
incorrect.
Psychic Trainer Miku. Dude,
That
I don't
is-
know. I don't know these. I just figured I have got 400 points. I'll throw one out there.
Pixie, go ahead.
Who is Gardevoir?
Incorrect, I'm sorry.
Dang it.
I think I know who it is, but I'm not confident enough.
Cade, go ahead.
Who is Alakazam?
Also incorrect. Guys, this is the first one they
Yeah,
ever
I'm
announced.
sitting. I'll be real. I'm sitting the rest of this category out, so you guys can farm me.
Oh,
Jacob, I need to be more like you. My biggest downfall in Jeopardy is I try and guess way too often, and I lose all the points that I accrue.
I think I'm most likely to know this answer out of the 4 of us, but I'm not so confident, so I'm just going to let it slide by.
I'm going to call that round. The answer I was looking for was what is Meloetta?
So
that's yeah.
I couldn't remember if Meloetta was the normal Miku or the psychic Miku, so I didn't want to be wrong.
Chatot was actually the normal Miku.
Chatot is the okay. Well, hopefully that one's 800. Come on, baby, I'm ready.
All right, Pixie,
All
go ahead.
Who's that Pokemon for 200?
For 200, everyone ready?
Ready.
Yeah.
All right. Who is this Pokemon?
Wait,
I waited till you were done asking the
hold
question.
Brayden, you went way too fast, so Jacob's the follow-up.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is it as soon as we see it, or do we have to wait for you to say who's that Pokemon? Because there is no question.
There's no question. I don't know. I guess I think give it to Brayden then.
Okay, go ahead.
Because there's a chance I get this. Is there a form? Like, do I have to get the exact form correct?
You have to say the answer right now.
Who is Deoxys?
The answer is who is Deoxys?
Oh.
Okay, I didn't know if I had to specify which form or not.
Brayden, go ahead.
Let's do who's that Pokemon for? Okay, and before we reveal it, is it just whoever? It's basically just a reaction test mini game, or do we need to wait to say it?
Who is this Pokemon?
I think I know who it is. Yeah, Jacob's got it.
Who is Hitmontop?
Yeah.
Yes, who is Hitmontop? All right. Go ahead, Jacob.
I want to do Hatsune Miku for 400.
Hatsune Miku for 400. I have...
Oh, Jacob's going to farm me right here. This sucks.
All right, so... The partner Pokemon of the ground trainer Miku.
Sorry, I got excited.
I'm sorry,
Jacob
Pixie. First. I have to give it to Jacob.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Is it who is Flygon?
Oh,
yes,
that's the one I knew for
sure. Or who is Flygon?
I think I actually knew that one. That's
my trigger finger.
All right, Jacob, go ahead.
Pokemon species 200.
Pokemon species 200. The Whisper Pokemon. Jacob.
Who is Whismur?
Yes.
wow.
Correct. Oh my gosh, you're on a roll now. Will anyone stop Jacob?
I'll do... I just want to see the rest of the categories. I'm going to do Pokédex entries 200.
When expelling a blast of super hot fire, the red flame at the tip of its tail burns more intensely. Cade.
Who is Charizard? Yeah,
yes.
I knew it. I knew
Charizard did appear.
It was only a matter of time.
I couldn't resist putting him in as the easiest one.
Let's do who's that Pokemon for 600.
All right, reaction test.
Oh.
Brayden.
Who is Berserker?
The answer is who is Berserker. All right, what would you like?
Let's see who's that Pokemon 800.
Who's that Pokemon 800? All right, ready, set, go. Who is that Pokemon? Jacob.
I think I know.
What the hell is that?
Who is Klefki?
Oh.
You got it. You got one of the keys on Klefki.
Nice.
I didn't want it to be like a little piece of unknown, and then
that's what I thought it was. I got so scared.
I intentionally made it look like an unknown as well.
I was worried that it was going to be the other way around. That it was we were supposed to think that it was Klefki, and it's actually unknown.
I almost second guessed myself. I'll be so honest.
That is why I didn't go fast with it.
Unique type 600.
Unique type 600. I will be reading this one. This Pokemon is Rock Dragon type. Pixie.
Who is Tyrantrum?
Yes, that is correct.
Man.
Back on the board. I was trying to think, did I specify?
I thought, I was like, wait, isn't it Tyrant and Tyrantrum? This may be like second guess.
Yeah. I was like, I hope I picked the right one.
Anyone would have sufficed.
Unique types 800, firefighting.
All right, Pixie, what would you like?
Let's do Pokemon species for 800.
800. Okay.
Holy.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
All right, I'll be reading this
home.
one. The legendary Pokemon.
Oh no, I wasn't clicking enter.
No! Dang it!
Oh, Jacob has gotten it. What is your answer?
Who is Arcanine?
I can't believe you guys knew that one.
I knew
that immediately. I just couldn't get my emoji ready.
Jacob, I'm
to
so
click
mad. I
it.
was literally mashing the shift button on my keyboard. It's like
I need to get
didn't
my
get it
emojis
in.
ready because I was ready to slam enter, but I
Oh,
didn't have
that's
anything
so
there.
funny, Braden.
How
I'm
did you guys
sorry.
know that Arcanine is the legendary Pokemon?
I think that's like
We've
one of
been
the
playing
easiest
for
like
long, yeah.
That's a
I didn't
Pokemon
know.
fun fact.
That's news to me.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just
We're
clicking around
nerds.
on Pokemon database. All right.
So 600 is going to be the real tough one.
Yeah,
that was-
Pokemon species 600. We'll go crazy with it.
All right. So everyone ready and pressing the
Yeah,
enter
I'm ready.
button?
Yes.
I'm ready.
The ninja Pokemon. Braden.
Who is Ninjask?
Correct.
Really?
There's so
Just-
many ninja Pokemon. I
There
don't
are a
know.
lot of ninja Pokemon, but he is the ninja Pokemon. Let's do
All right,
Pokemon
Braden.
species 400.
Pokemon species
Now the
for
real
400. The disguise Pokemon.
Who is Wobbuffet?
Braden.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that is incorrect.
Who
Pixie,
is
what is it?
Mimikyu?
That is correct. That is-
Wobbuffet was the OG, though.
All right, let's do Hatsune Miku for 600. I know I'm not gonna get it right, but let's knock him
600.
out.
All right, I'll be reading this one. The partner Pokemon of Dragon Trainer Miku. Jacob.
Who is Altaria?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Pixie?
Oh, is that flying? Oh my
is-
god! Oh my
I
god!
think-
I know who it is.
Yeah, I know.
I was okay. I'm kind of just taking a shot in the dark. Who is Dragapult? Maybe.
Oh, that's also incorrect.
Dang it.
Oh, I'm sitting this one out. I'm not trying to lose points.
All right, the answer I was looking
Oh,
for
wait,
was,
yeah, if you get it
what
wrong.
is Miraidon?
I knew it was Miraidon. Yeah.
Oh, that's the purple one.
No. We'll do Pokedex entries for 600.
600, okay. All right, I'll be reading it. When trying to protect someone, it extends its elbows as if they were swords and fights savagely. Cade.
Who is... Wait, what's the one that's not Gardevoir?
Oh.
Do you have the answer?
Who is Gallade?
It is. Who's
Yeah.
Gallade?
I was trying to think about Pokemon, and all I could think of was the dude in My Hero Academia that has like the freaking...
Yeah. Funny enough, that's who I was thinking of too.
Let's go Pokedex entries 400.
400. All right, I'll be reading. Shaped like ancient writing, it is a huge mystery whether language or this Pokemon came first.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my
Okay,
god,
no,
my
no,
intro
give
didn't
it-
go through.
No,
Fuck.
give it. Did I do it before? I feel like I was...
No, you did it after she read.
Okay.
It was
I'm
just-
buzzing it on my phone and it just like
Oh.
crashed.
Who is unknown? Is that...
That is correct. What is unknown?
Let's do Pokedex entries for 800.
All right. Its favorite foods are Wingull and Pikipek. It attacks with powerful kick and grasps them firmly in its talons.
Okay, I think I know what this one is, but I don't want to get it wrong. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
same. That's where I'm at.
Anyone? All right, I'll take that as no one wants to answer. That was
It's a
Talonflame.
oh, wow, okay, that's not what I thought it was.
Talonflame.
I thought it was going to be Hisui and Decidui.
Nope.
Oh.
Talonflame.
I don't know if they have...
other
Wait,
birds.
did the Hisuian
Dang.
forms even have Pokedex entries?
I think you write them, but yeah.
Okay, they do.
All right, I think
I'm
this
glad
is
I didn't
Braden
buzz in because I
still.
would have gotten wrong. Let's do Unique Types 800. That's probably the only one that I
Unique
could
types.
feasibly get right.
This Pokemon is normal water type. Cade.
Who is... What's his name? It's not Bidoof.
Yeah.
Say his name.
Bibarel.
Yeah, I will take
Nice.
that.
Yeah.
What is Bibero?
Yeah, that's the one.
All right, we're on the
Uh-oh.
final question.
All right.
The partner Pokemon of Bug Trainer Miku.
Oh, I don't know this.
Wait.
Don't know.
Who is
Braden?
Kricketune? Who is Kricketune?
You got it. What is Kricketune?
Let's go.
What is Cricketune?
That's a good question.
Wow, that
I'm
was
sorry.
that was a good one. That was a good pop off too. And that's the end.
Oh,
move
wait,
out
then-
of the way.
Wait, who wins?
Braden,
Wow.
you won. You scooched out right at the end with Pokemon Jeopardy.
Shout out.
Congrats on knowing about Cricketune.
It saved me.
You are better at navigating Bulbapedia than I.
Yeah, I gotta say, shout out in my thank you speech. Shout out Bulbapedia. carried.
Thank you for coming onto my game show for a million times. Thank you, Pixie, for joining for this one. And I hope you guys enjoyed.
That was a lot of fun.
This
That was
game
great.
show.
That was great.